This is Stephen Noak. At 4, I sat with a glowing monster and had a near-death experience. I saw heaven and healing from this entity. I sensed something happened, but what was unclear. At 11, maybe 12, remembering began. I immediately realized sharing it was harmful, so I kept it to myself. This creature I sat with returned 25 to 30 years later and reiterated the same thing. I learned to heal myself and others. I do it now. Born in Connecticut, New England, growing up was normal. I never went to church with my folks. Experience gave me everything. I discovered from my near-death experience that I may embrace God as a feeling, a frequency. Used it. After returning years later, they taught me. Everything went chaotic and I thought I was insane. As usual. Thought my 4-year-old meeting was a recollection. That shifted quickly. Now I'm quantum healer. I heal mental and physical ailments worldwide with quantum entanglement. I was hit by a car while riding my big wheel. Plastic bike for kids. Drove this 3-wheeled big wheel out my neighbor's driveway. Going home from the neighbors, my brother contacted me from across the street to go to the mall after leaving. The mall, like Disneyland, was my favorite. As a child, I ran into oncoming traffic between 2 parked cars. I was hit by a car. Only survived because my car got jammed under the back tire. A blur occurred. Walking down the driveway, I look at myself. I roll my eyes in my head as the screen fades like a movie. Sitting with my back to the door, I'm leaning on someone, head down and bending to my side. I wondered, what happened? Who is this? I open my eyes to hair almost touching the ground. Rare, long, silver, almost dazzling, and almost touching the ground. A darker robe bottom. When I ask, who is this? I see a luminous creature with no face and a hood. I watched and asked the creature what happened. Says, Stephen, you were in an accident. Put your head down. Everything's going to be all right. I'm pondering. Stayed quiet and observed abnormalities. The creature says, put your head down. Everything's going to be all right. They do, and as I look at their face and they comfort me, I feel attracted into this light. The scene appears when pulled far enough. First, flowers and greenery, meadows upon meadows, the most beautiful nature sight. I see colors moving independently. With so many living flowers, rare colors, and energy, I know they're precious. I understood our gravity outweighed our life. My comprehension comes from experiencing it. All done. Look at this meadow setting, flowers and airborne colors. Route figures play in the distance. Though far away, they're close when I try. Because they were close but far, hard to describe. Little girl and an old guy play while I observe. Her laughter carries into the air and enters my heart because I'm standing there, watching and looking at everything. Everything was one. This was love. Everything originated from it, and everything would return to it. The creation myth was theater-like between. Despite feeling such emotions, I knew there could be no sorrow, suffering, or hate, pure enough not to vibrate high enough to function. Later, I understood I was interpreting energy. Reconstructing these recollections would take time. I hid and kept them as they came. After returning it, everything unlocked. I tell the being I want to stay or go because it felt so good. It says, it's not your time. We have other things to show you. The screen shifts to another scenario. This room, maybe a room, is like the night sky sans stars, not black, but night sky-like, near bluish white lines with a blue tint occur throughout. It resembled a building blueprint. This is the quantum field. You build your reality through your thoughts and emotions in relation to this field. You send out a signal. Your thought goes to your heart. It comes out, and it cycles back. I said, okay. I'm just watching and listening, not understanding. When they showed me a wagon wheel-like wheel lying down, I understood I was looking at the center. They said, "This is you. When you come into the world, you were pure love, and you're spending your energy to have experiences." The connections from my heart, which I thought was my energy, went to this screen around me. Noticed boxes on the screen, like little TVs, and recognized these were data representations of experiences. They then said, "You can have your life. You don't have to wait to have your life review. You can have it now." It's called ascension. They then addressed evolution and how humanity will bring all its energy back into the present to evolve into a greater awareness. Much will be discussed later. They're showing me these cables coming out and telling me, "You can use this energy and enjoy this place in many ways." They then point to a credit card with a missing corner and a motherboard-like circuit in the distance. It said, "This is your divine blueprint. When you're ready, this will help you restore and recircuit your system by attaching your belief and your thought to understand that this is your identity, that you are this." So in other words, when you're ready to believe that you are more than the world, this is here. It's here for you. It's like a get out of the matrix free card, but naturally, once you become aware of what you're creating, you're responsible and accountable for that. But there's a time where we're all just looking to break out of that trauma. And my divine blueprint was there, and I understood. They explained to me that every single person has one. It's the image of Creator they were made in. And what they need to do is unsubscribe to the identities the world is giving them and their trauma is giving them, and start believing they are this. They are the image of Creator they were made in. This is going to start to reorganize, help their system heal. So it faded. Next, I see a whitish blue triangle with points on each tip and one in the center approaching me. They said, "This is Father God, Heavenly Father. This is Mother God, Divine Mother. Make them one, and they'll have a son." They continued, "You have a son in your center, in your heart, but it is also a generator of quantum energy. It can oscillate depending on what it's fed to create the embodiment or character you want to play. So, there really is a system behind the thoughts I'm feeding to my body." Before departing, I observed the father-mother-son cycle and learned. It was like asking, "I know something happened, or I know it was there, but where is it?" Or what you ate for lunch last 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday, or last week on a Monday. You obviously ate lunch. Whatever I ate shaped my life when I wasn't conscious of how sensitive I was to certain thoughts and things. It was hard, so I became regular at 11. Abnormal, we had issues. Many exist. I feel like I wasn't loved like a child. I remembered these memories around 11 or 12. Sitting with the being and talking to them makes me think, wow, something did happen. And it's quite self-confirming. In fact, something happened. Thus, it starts with the person sitting next to me and recalls our conversations and experiences. I remained quiet since talking about this made me awkward, made me feel less accepted, and wasn't anything I wanted to talk about. Maybe a recollection or something I did. Years later, I'm undergoing surgery, had many more vehicle accidents. I flipped the car 5 times at 75 miles per hour, not sure how many kilometers, played sports, and was in a lot of agony from my injuries. Since my thoughts and emotions were dark, I started the operation in bed. Despite not having medicine and fearing for no reason, I wanted to leave. After sitting up to go, an energy began at my feet and spiraled around me like the purest, warmest, perfect love. "Whatever it is, I'll stay." The voice then sat me down and said, "Stephen, put your head down. Everything's going to be all right." As at 4, the enthusiasm set me down and, all done. In those 2 moments, I realized it was the creature that spoke to me when I was 4, and that became true then. Before entering, I get visions and feel despair, anxiety, concern, tension, joy, serenity, and love. I'm having visions so fast I can't place them. After surgery, I saw energies, beings, spirits, and other things out of my eye for a few days. I returned to the doctor because it terrified me. I shouted, "What did you do to me?" but felt awakened and open. I hope this will get me back to work. Light balls appeared in my bedroom some nights, and I wondered, am I crazy? Was I asleep? What's up? No lamp or reflection. I'm awake. Despite my doubts, the ball of light kept moving. After numerous instances, I saw full-on silhouettes or outlines of people walking back and forth, which horrified me. I thought I was haunted, but no. I told them to go. I heard their telepathic answer. I comprehended and disliked most of their words. Some shapes were blurry, brighter or darker, reflecting their intensity. Realized I'm not being haunted. This is happening through me after a while. Told my younger self, "You're not good enough. You're never going to do anything with your life," etc. I understood it's warped and sent through me too. Seeing my trauma speak to my body live. I stopped listening to my emotions then. A few weeks later, these beings appeared in my chamber, and I could sense their energy but not see them. My mood altered when they were in the corner. They claimed to be Arcturians from the Galactic Federation and came to heal me and teach me about humanity's evolution, ascension, and future events. Yes, I said, yeah, whatever, dude, go away. I told him, just leave me alone, since I was still confused and felt insane. After they left, checked their information on my phone. Perhaps it's real because I'm discovering it here, and here. After a few weeks or months at work, I can hear people's thoughts, feel them, and understand them. I practiced this since people approached me as manager. I thought, do you want a bag with that? Would you like a bag? Then asked them out loud, and saw what matched, so I assumed something was up. I like learning about people's hunger. Some people were frightened by, "Hey, are you hungry today?" I started laughing or crying uncontrollably at work, which was scary. Quit my career to aid elderly, which gave me a sense of service and connection with God. I see a woman collapse outside my store before leaving. Old and in pain, she falls on concrete and pavement. She is crying and screaming when I come. Tell her I spotted her first. Call someone who leaves the next door store. Before the paramedics come, I put my hand on her back and she said, "I'm all warm and I have no pain." I was shocked and thought, what just happened? The warmth moved up my arm, falling on the cement and saying, "I'm all warm and I have no pain," made me wonder, what's happening? I went back to my desk and thought about it. That made my world even more illogical. Only new work, yours, Steve. A few days later, these aliens remove me out of my body and address me in my yard. I'm trying to manage my polarity while they're talking to me again about wiring my nervous system for a direct current and 0 point so I can leave the matrix and heal my cellular memory. So they're instructing me on linking. Now I don't take painkillers to work after being in excruciating pain. I thought, man, my pain just melted instantly, and knew it was my tune, not my body, but my energy suffer. Devoted myself to healing myself and got serious when I felt no pain and realized I was back in the space I touched when I was 4 and could bring heaven to me. So many supernatural incidents. Many others called me, saying, "Oh, I thought maybe you could help this person or this person," and slowly healing began. I made it my life. Please check if I'm missing anything. There's a lot. They help me wire myself so my trauma and emotions don't push and pull me and I'm grounded. Again, they entered my room and I listened. I became more serious and polite after learning they were real and humanity will evolve. The Trinity, Father, Mother, Son, Divine Design, and Quantum Field helped me apply what I saw. They taught me to heal myself and others. I discovered my path. Everyone doesn't say, "Hey, I saw this stuff." It works. You can do it too, and share it. I served visionary clientele, angels, Jesus, and praying mantises or foreign societies they were tied to appeared. This reinforced my belief that it's all galactic, not Earth-based. Recall I am Father, Mother, the Son, Christ, and the law of one in our heart. Activate when positive and negative energy merge. We want pure energy to express that. When I'm anxious about quitting my work, I beat myself up and convince myself I'm useless as I drive home. A voice on my right tells me how beautiful I am, how loved I am, how I'm worthy, and all these people who love me. All these emotions come up, and I'm trying to shut out some of the interference by thinking those things around me were spirits when they were quantum projections of the self. While trying to figure things out, I told this voice I was ignoring it. After begging it to leave me alone, it keeps loving me, and I'm paying more attention because I was ignoring it. The voice is clear and kind, so I listen further and say, "Who are you?" The voice says, "I am." I'm waiting, and I'm like, "I am who I am." Voice repeats. I reply, "Yeah, I got that." Am who? On the third one, I felt like someone smacked me because all my memories and sensations flowed simultaneously but separately. It was simultaneous but separate, which confuses me. I'd never cried that intensely in my life. It was gut reaction. The visuals, tears, etc. just happened. Never again did I believe in past lives. I pray one night, "God, tell me if this is real. I'm losing my mind." From where? The vision occurs while praying it across. Tell me whether I done this before or something happened. Then I saw myself strolling on beach. Pebbles looked different, like the sun. 2 rivers joined to my left, 1 to my right, and 3 in front. I'm wearing a tunic and sandals as I travel down this route, which finishes and I say, "Thanks God, that helped a lot."